Okay, down goes the ball. Jacobs jumps high. Jolly wins the top. Ball out the back. Great pick up by Dangerfield. Fed the ball out to a running McKay. Back to Van Berlo. Under pressure, kicks around his body. Breaking from the centre square as Dangerfield jumped high. On his right leg, puts it forward. Tip it over the top.
Oh!
What a mark in the
mark.
pocket to Paul Pleasure. In the right-hand forward pocket, the strength of the man, clean as a whistle. Down he goes. That's the porpoise I know.
No doubt about it. The clean hands are outstanding. I mean, this is bread and butter for Paul Pleasure. Anywhere within 40 metres. I mean, he got the reputation as a finisher. Just the bloke in a clutch, in a crisis that you want with the ball in his hand. And when he's on song, he will nail this one. Almost post high, splitting the middle. He was in great form last week, boys. 16 touches in a half, and looks like he's in good form again tonight.
Well, that's a Trims replay. Poor Pleasure.
There you go.
Goal! Centre square clearance. Paddy with two. A Trims replay again. Poor Pleasure with the clean grab. He doesn't miss when he's 40 out on any damn angle, Bone, any angle.
Double thumbs for Jason Porpleasure. Again, the clean hands. I mean, that is vintage Jason Porpleasure. As you said, Paddy Dangerfield, a couple of early touches, a clearance to start the game with. He got 8 of them last week. He followed it up with a great pass to Porpleasure. One-on-one. Defender right up his backside, arms outstretched, as good as it gets.
All right, let's have a look at the midfield there. Dangerfield's in there, Pendlebury, Swan, and I reckon that is
side bottom
in there as well. So they're all got their guns in the middle at the moment. First blood to Adelaide, they're 1 goal, and that is on the Toop and Toop scoreboard. The ball goes up high, the tap went down nicely there. That was beautifully done by Jolly. Now Van Berlo tried to get the kick away, went out to Scotty Thompson. He couldn't get rid of it. The D-Max at the bottom of the pack. Umpire blows the whistle. He's picked out a free kick. It'll go the way of, that was Buckley. Buckley got it over towards Swan. Swan arches the back, puts it inside 50. It's not a bad kick. Cloak picks it up. He's on the left leg, rolling, dribbling it. Back there was Jolly, but forced over the line by Jacobs. So good defensive work by the big fella, Sammy, after competing in the middle, ending up down in the defensive square.
So Paddy Dangerfield gets the quick kick forward, going up and taking the mark with Seedsman on his half-back flank. 5 points the margin the Crows' way. Seedsman now into the pocket, out on a lead.
Good courage, Riley.
But it was Riley coming back. Cloak was bearing down on him as well, and he's taken a mark in the right-hand back pocket. Riley now. 5 points the margin earlier to Essendon by 2 points over Sydney. Long on the half-back flank, Jacobs. Paddy D's got his 4th touch. Rory Sloane got rock and roll. Coming through is Van Berlo, the skipper, to Jacobs. Give. Paddy Dangerfield again. He got tackled from behind. And that's holding the ball. He had prior opportunity. So away goes side bottom. Gives it off again to Seedsman. He pumps the ball inside 50. Shaw in the front. It's gone over the top. That's a goal. It wasn't shepherded by Dawes. Poor old Sammy Shaw had to put his bit up.
Blown the whistle, Rowie.
Oh, here we go.
It's coming back. Oh, we're going to the video.
We've just made a square with our little index finger. We've smiled to the Fox Sports TV crew, and we're going to go to the review, young Bone, and that's for the Trims replay.
Yeah, in time for some good guy stats. Good to go. As you said, Rowie, Paddy Dangerfield coming off a career high 33 touches last week. He had the magnet going last week for sure. Arguably his best game. He's had 4 touches already. He's really had 5, but fluffed one of them.
Okay, so that's a 9-pointer. It was kicked from about 70 metres. Shaw was in front spot, went over the back, and that's straight through for a super goal. So Collingwood, 1 super goal, 1-10. We've played 3.5 minutes. Adelaide 1 straight 6. So the margin there is 4 points on the Toop and Toop scoreboard.
Yeah, great answering goal to Collingwood. Interesting to see in the midfield, Nathan Van Berlo looking like he's trying to get his way to Scott Pendlebury. Had Swan for the first couple of minutes, but Van Berlo head-to-head was with Pendlebury, and that's a match-up worth watching.
5 AFL thanks to Agostino Mitsubishi and Thirsty Camel, and the scoreboard reads a 4-point advantage to Collingwood, and that's on the Toop and Toop scoreboard. So that young fella there, one of the boys that hasn't played a league game yet, Seeds, boy from the Eastern Jets, and he's opposed to Brady Smith at the moment. They're both playing on the members' wing.
well, they're in for a big, big night. They'll need plenty of help in defence.
I love that forward line of the Crows. Walker, Tippett, Paul Pleasure, they're the three keys. Knights is there, Vince is there, Petrenko for the forward pressure. Outstanding. 5.5 minutes gone. 2 points the margin Collingwood's way, and we're back in the middle again. Umpy taps the ball down. Jacobs has been outstanding. Up he goes, down he goes. Thompson comes through. Blair with his first touch to Pendlebury. Around his body. Under pressure goes for Big Spore. Riley out the back doors. Handball's off. That's fantastic footy. Broken tackle coming through. Mooney. Open goal. They've got another one, Collingwood. Don't worry about these kids. One super goal, 1-1, 16 to Adelaide, 2 straight 12. Margin squirts out to 8 points, Bone.
Yeah, Mooney with the goal, but it was Andy Otten with the failed tackle and the broken tackle. So important in the modern game to lay the tackles and stop the player. Otten went to ground, the arms weren't strong enough. Collingwood player broke the tackle far too easily, ran into the open goal, and again, response from Collingwood, very impressive.
Not bad for a 19-year-old, Caelan Mooney. He's the boy from Ireland, from County Down.
Got pace, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got a little
Dropped
bit
it like an Irishman, though. It was the Stephen Copping two-handed drop, but it went straight.
The longest arms in the business, Stephen Copping, a man from down the south. Ball back centre field, 12 plays 16. Gee, it's a quick game of football, so it's Collingwood back in front of the Toop and Toop scoreboard. Jolly went up early, but he still won the tap, but Jacobs got the footy, jammed it onto the left boot, gets forced away by Rory Sloane. He was dispossessed and tackled high, so he gets the free kick, no advantage.
They've won every centre square clearance, Bone.
Yeah, clearance has been good, 9-6 at the moment, 10-6 make that.
Sloane puts it inside, 50, Tippett's the target, used his body, couldn't take the football, the ball comes down to Matty Wright, had a quick sneaky pick, goes towards goal, just offline, minor score, so 13 plays 16 at the 7-minute mark of the first term here, 5 AFL, thanks to Agostino Mitsubishi and Thirsty Cap.
Yeah, and Essendon by 2 points over Sydney earlier tonight, and the big game tomorrow, Port Adelaide and Fremantle, 5 AFL will be there. So here we go, back here, 7 points the margin Collingwood's way, going into a bit of a breeze. Buckley, long to this near side. Maxwell reaches up over the top of his opponent. Handballs to Yagamore. Back now to Young. Young, the big red head around his body. That's under pressure. Coming through's Dowdy. Dishes off nicely. Thompson gives it back to Dowdy around his body. You heard Bone, goal square. Why not? Walker, Tippett, Walker. Keith with the ball. Crummers on the ground. One of them's poor Pleasure comes crashing through. Gee, great football by Clark, another Irishman. On his left leg, that's Swan's got it out the back now. Gives it off to Fasolo's got a player in there. It's Cloakey. Puts the big bitch up. And that is far too easy. You heard it from Bone. 30 out directly in front. Cloakey had Talia right with him, but his body work exquisite, and he'll have a shot at goal.
Only one positive here. This is about his worst distance, between 20 and 30 out.
Absolutely, and again, there's the strength. That's what we spoke about with Cloak v Talia. Too big, too strong. Held him off with one hand. Just held him at bay. Hands are beautiful. They're so strong. He kicks from 25.
Okay, Cloak has got his first. So Collingwood go to 1 super goal, 2-1. 22 to Adelaide, 2-1, 13. So the margin there now is back out to 8 points.
Yeah, good guys, that's good to go. Paddy Dangerfield stuck on 4 touches. Nathan Van Berlo, Scotty Thompson off to a good starts with 3 apiece. While for Collingwood, that man Dane Swan, their ball magnet, had 3 touches already, those stats. Of course, as always for the good guys, where you're good to go.
What could Italia done differently there? He was side by side, he was there, but he just got out-bodied.
Beaten on talent, beaten on strength, no shame about that. Did everything right. He's going to learn a couple of lessons tonight, young Daniel Talia. It is a great learning curve for him.
Well, he's conceding a centimetre and about 13 kgs as well. And just have a look at the size of the chest on the two men. Cloak is a mammoth unit, no doubt about that. Back centre field, and it's 13 plays 22. Collingwood in front, even with a stack of their stars out at the moment. But Adelaide very competitive. The ball goes forward, an opportunity for Blair. He'll be the first player there. John Cock in pursuit, wraps him up in a tackle. That was good play. Now the ball is down. In fact, free kick. We'll go back. Well called, boys. It'll go the way of John Cock.
Great work from John Cock. Beat one player, then beat another. His second and third efforts are outstanding. Looks in pretty good nick this year, Graham.
He lost a little bit of weight. Yeah, we confirmed that. We had a chat with him after last week's game. And we hear he was driving around in a limousine in Alice Springs there. He was the mayor of Alice Springs. Ball comes to half forward, picked up by Sloane. Wonky kick forward. It'll go through for a minor score. 2 goals, 2-14. Trails 1 super goal, 2-1, 22. So there's 8 points in it at the 10-minute mark of the first term here at Amy Stadium.
So Maxwell will kick in. Collingwood now just trying to work it through this zone. An 18-man press. Bones, the Crows are keen on that one.
Watch Dane Swan in the middle of the ground on his own at the moment. If they get the ball over the back, Crows are in stride.
Okay, Jolly went up and down. On the ground was Young. Handball back to Buckley. Good pressure by Matty Wright. Gave it to side bottom. Again, Matty Wright. Here's the turnover. No, Clark was good enough to get it back to Buckley.
Great
Long to
pressure.
Yagaball.
That's ball.
And he's holding the ball. Umpire splits him. And Tomo will have a shot at goal 30 out directly in front. That's called a pressure act. That's called one chase one. That's called nailing a dude in the tackle.
And that's called what we didn't see last year for so much of the year. That was a hungry forward line. We spoke about the numbers in there. Petrenko hunting, Matty Wright hunting, Bernie Vince hunting, Rory Sloane hunting. The turnover came. Thompson with the end tackle. You couldn't break that one. And the veteran will have a shot on goal from 30.
Scotty Thompson pulled the kick to the near side, and that's a point. 15 plays, 22, so the margin 7 points. Toop and Toop scoreboard. 5 AFL for Agostino, Mitsubishi and Thirsty Camel. Round 3, NAB Cup, it's back.
Yagmore, watched him against Melbourne last week. He was very good. It looks like he's got the job that Neon Leon had last year. He's only a 19-year-old, but he does all the re-entry work, and he's slotted into the back pocket. So we'll keep an eye on him. Free kick on the outer side, goes the way of Jolly.
Collingwood with one loose. If they move the ball quickly, Crows pushing back and slowing them up.
Tippett's gone right back in defence, last line of defence. Jolly goes down the boundary line. A lot of talk about Collingwood playing.
Great catch.
Very strong mark by Riley. Free kick though.
Charlie had got in the back of Cloak.
So Cloak's a thumping kick. He's about 110 metres out. But you want to be careful at the back of the pack. But he goes short. It's an educated pass. A very good one. Forward they go again. Collingwood now deep into attack. Tippett gets in there. Oh, well called, Chris McDermott. He was 3 deep, but it was a strong mark. Got the handle out to the D-Mac. He needs support. It comes in the form of Bernie Vince. Ran into a bit of trouble. Sold a little bit of candy. Set him up, though. That wasn't that good, that kick. It went out to Matty Wright. Punched away from him. Now the young fella sees. He kicked. He tried to do too much. Tried to sell a bit of candy there. Ball comes to ground. Matty Wright picks it up. Trying to get it back to Knights. Couldn't do so. Loose ball goes out towards side bottom. Now it goes back to Pendlebury. Wobbly old call.
You're a genius.
Now, I'll tell you what, someone is going to have to fill in the hole there, or Talia is going to get a toweling. Mark taken by Cloak.
And what great service from Scotty Pendlebury on that occasion on the right foot. We've seen the left foot in action, but so casual, so calm. He's got so much time on his hand, Pendlebury, the sign of a good player. Laces out Travis Coke. The issue we said for Brenton Sanderson, Cloak and Talia will watch it. There's no likely replacement at the moment. He'll kick from 30 metres out, but it's a tough angle.
It's a tough angle. It's a good angle for a left footer, but he's pushed it across the face of goal and through for a minor score. Collingwood looking really sharp. 1 super goal, 2-2-23. Adelaide 2-3-15. 8 points in it on the Toop and Toop scoreboard.
Stephen Savani could have been on him then, and no way he would have stopped that. That was an elite leg out in front.
So you're right, and so that's nothing about Talia, is it? That's correct. About a bit of class from Pendlebury and maybe a half-backers dropping back.
13 minutes gone here in the first. 8 points to the margin. Bernie Vince has gone up. That's Collingwood's way. It was a crumb by Riley off half-back. Comes up onto the wing. Jacobs should mark. Doesn't. Good sport from behind by Maxwell. Yagmore's there. Gave it off to little old Williams. Coming through is Buckley. Pressure again with the Crows. Diving on it with his poor pleasure. Gave it out to his skipper socket off the ground. It's gone out of bounds. Between half forward and wing member side, we have a boundary throw in. 23 plays 15. Margin 8 points Collingwood's way. What have we played? 14 minutes, Bone. I've got to tell you, Collingwood have started magnificently.
Have they what? They look really fast to me. It's only early days, but they look to have some genuine leg speed right across the ground.
Essendon by 2 points over Sydney earlier. So here we go. Boundary throw in. As we said, on the Crows' left-hand half-forward flank. Jacobs will do the ruck now with Dawes. Jacobs from behind, taps it forward. Thompson in front.
Free kick, surely umpire.
No free kick paid. He gets held in the tackle. He comes in now. And as we always see, a secondary stoppage. Kim.
Bones, Sam Shaw came onto the ground. He's gone back looking after Jolly. He's having a rest. But there's an Andy Norton's the loose man in defence. But no one's still really in front of Cloak. And understandable.
Jacobs scores. Pendlebury comes through. Rory Sloane gave it to McKay. Quick kick out of a stoppage. You'll see that this year. Maxwell in front of Walker and takes the mark on the left-hand half-back flank. Plays on and away you go, Kimbo.
Yeah, wobbly old kick. Not a good one, but fortuitously it finds Young. Socks down. Reminds me a bit of Ian Perry. Played against Melbourne last week. A little bit up forward. He's a little ungainly, a bit raw bone. Yeah, a bit of the Sarge there. Brody Smith in front.
Catch kid.
Yeah, kept his eyes on the ball. He was good, should get on with it quickly. The big source won. He was too slow. That was terrible. Mooney smothered it off the boot. Talia may get him out of trouble. Forced to kick around his body though. Young was there, clean bowl. Goes through to Rory Sloane with a left-handed handball. Gets it over towards Riley on the members' wing. Puts it up to half forward. Taylor Walker from behind tried to use the body. Tip it in there and the ball forced over the line. 48 metres out, left half forward flank. Northern end of Amy Stadium on the members' side. And Adelaide trailing by 8 points at the 15-minute mark. And just a reminder, boys, 15 minutes, no time on. Last 7.5 minutes of each quarter, time on.
We'll get those stats for good guys. Good to go inside 50 shortly, Bone, when you're ready. Boundary throwing inside 50 now for the Crows. A little inefficient. Gave the ball up there, Matty Wright. Rory Sloane around his body. Paddy Dangerfield comes out, can't grab it. Strong in the tackle. Maxwell's there. Keith Pendlebury. God, he thinks through a moment, doesn't he? He's fantastic. Here comes Nicky Johncock. He's worried the young Mooney out of it. He's had to soccer it off the ground, wobbling towards the boundary line. Williams is there. Brodie Smith. Williams has kept it in. Coming through was Dowdy, and it's gone out of bounds. Right-hand half-back flank for Collingwood, and they lead at the moment by 8 points. What a passage of play that was.
Inside 50s, the Crows 8, Collingwood 7.
Okay, stats for the good guys. Good to go. Boundary throw in out of side. Jacobs again from behind. Reaches over top. Pendlebury stoppage work. Exquisite. Side bottoms there. He's a terrific footballer. Worried out of it by Johncock, who kicks the ball forward. And again, it's gone out of bounds. Out of side. Half forward flank. 15-23. Crows trail by 8 points. What have we played? 17 minutes in the first quarter.
And this is this young Yagmore. Beautiful left footer. Let's see what he does with it. Goes down the line. It's a prodigious kick. Oh, big push by Otten. Surely a free kick. Andy Otten, free kick, yeah. Cloak got into his back. Yeah, Andy Otten's got that. I reckon Cloak might have got a nudge initially, but the free kick goes to Adelaide.
Oh, that has to hit that kick in the corridor.
Here's the switch over towards Bernie Vince. Thought about Jacobs, went back, and just as well. Gee, Collingwood have done very well to go back. Now he has to go to the members' wing and finds the big source, Sammy Jacobs. Not a lot of options.
Johncock wide if he wants to go to Johncock, just a bit slow.
Yeah, it goes down the members' side. The kick comes out towards Tippett. That's a beautiful kick opposed to Reid.
He's covering some territory, isn't he, Tippett?
Yeah, catch number 2.
Needs to. He's against a very good opponent in Reid. There's the kick. Goes. Came down heavily. Taylor Walker in there. Couldn't take the football and get it out effectively. And that was a big test for the shoulder then.
Wasn't it? Right, and that's the way his shoulder popped out on occasions over the last couple of years. He hit the deck. I tell you what, he was up quicker than he went down. Great signs for Paul Fleischer. Body looks in really good nick.
There it is on the touch replay, Rowie.
Collingwood by 8 points. Inside 50 for the Crows. Up goes Jacobs. On the ground's Yagmore. Diving in, Scotty Thompson. Gee, there's about 50 players around this ball. I know that's impossible. There's going to be 36, but there is. Coming through is Brodie Smith. Pendlebury, the heavy work. Gee, there's another 15 players come in on this one. The umpire's letting it go. Yagmore's there. Out the back was Bernie Vince. He fumbled. Ball was quickly kicked forward. Sweating out was Riley. I've liked the start of his game. Gee, loose handball. Yagmore tries to run through. Holding the ball up. You can't pass. Now there'll be a ball up on the 50-metre chalk. I tell you, if there's one thing the Crows aren't going to miss, and that's a tackle, Bone.
It was a super tackle on that occasion. Just trying to see who it was, the player.
I reckon it was Matty Wright. So here we go again on the 50-metre chalk. Umpire says there's a free kick off the ball, and it's going to go to Big Sauce Jacobs. Can he roost at 55 metres with a slight breeze at his back?
Well, the player on the mark is right on the 50-metre line, so this is a 9-pointer. Don't know, it'll certainly test the big man.
He can roost it. We're right behind him in our 5AFL commentary position for Agostino Mitsubishi and Thirsty Camel. Jacobs runs out a bit, lets the breeze get in behind it, but I don't think it's going to have enough, and it's gone through for another point. So 2-4-16, that's Adelaide. Collingwood 1 super goal, 2-2-23. A margin there of 7 points.
So Marty Clark doing the re-entry. We often see Shaw do that. Of course, not playing tonight. Bounced it to himself. Got it out onto his left. The ball in turn came out towards Keith, one of their other young players. Ball on the outer side. I reckon there was a Falcon out there, but it was a free kick.
What was that for?
He might have just touched him on the way in.
Yeah, see what the crowd's built, Kim. It'll be 20,000 here now.
Yeah, spoke to one of the car park officials. They were thinking it was going to be about that. Johncock on the boundary on the outer side. Got it around his body. Ball still in play. Working his way through Knight. tackled it out towards Rory Sloane. Very clever football. On the right boot, he brings it inside. 50.
Taylor
He's dropped it. Had it. Lost it. Picks it up. Snaps on the left. Smothered off the boot. Then Burlow in there. Side bottom had it. Then he lost it. Enormous pressure out there. Taylor Walker, big tackle. Bernie Vince in there again. Picked up by Sloane. Little handball. He's under pressure. Everyone's under pressure. The ball inside 50. Scotty Thompson said, get out of my way.
Clever Walker.
The handball out to Vince.
Clever Walker.
Was it Walker? Vince has got the goal. I reckon it might have been Scotty Thompson. We'll have another look, and we'll do that on the Trims replay. There was some strong work in the pack there.
It was Scotty Thompson who got the ball out. He handballed it just forward, and it was Taylor Walker with a little left-hand palm after his tackle. Great signs for Adelaide that we've got multiple efforts from Taylor Walker. If there's been a criticism as he almost pile drive a Collingwood player into the ground, it's that we don't get the multiple efforts. We did on that occasion. A little bit of class out to Bernie Vince, who from 20 metres out did not miss.
How's the pressure acts by both sides?
Fantastic.
The chasing, the tackling, the one chase one, it is unbelievable. And it's only round 3 NAB Cup. 22 plays 23. Collingwood by 1 point. We've played 20 and a half minutes here in the first quarter. Perfect conditions. So Umpy taps it down. Jolly again. Jacobs. Here's a free kick for Shepley. And it's got to go to Jacobs. If you get front spot, that's when you get rewarded, son. So the big Sauce pumps the ball inside 50. Poor Pleasure with the sit. Tippett's there. Crumbing Rory Sloane. Taps it to himself. Keeps it in front of himself. But Buckley got the kick. Gave it outside 50. Knights now this way, that way. Gave it to Paddy D. Paddy D now goes to Jacobs inside 50. Smothered off the ball. Blair's got it. And Collingwood are too good in this situation. They're out the back and away they go.
Yeah, courtesy of Collingwood. What about the tackle there? That was absolutely brilliant, the chase there. Now that was Chrissy Knights, not the fastest man on 2 legs. He's only chasing Jolly. Puts it inside 50. And a free kick's gone. The remarkable free kick will go the way of Collingwood, and it goes to Reid.
He's a good footballer, Reid.
Yeah, good to see him back. He's a class act. Missed most of last year through injury, but the free kick will go the way of the skipper in Maxwell. He gives it back to Reid. Now pierces the ball with a low pass to the outer side. Talia's given away another free kick against Cloak. That's 3 now bonus. He's just trying to body a little too much.
That's what happens when you're up against a bigger player. You often give away a free kick.
Okay, the kick comes up now to little old Elliott. Out the back there's McKay, fumbling on the ground. Dangerfield again was busy. Young gave the ball up to Blair, hacks the ball inside 50.
Oh, nice catch.
And I reckon Sinclair's marked on Dowdy just outside 50 on the left-hand half-forward flank. Sinclair now. Collingwood long to doors, but the umpire said, nah, bring it back, we'll have another kick.
A little bit of confusion now. He's given a 50 metre, so speaking to the Collingwood player, does he want the 50 from inside and go for the 6-pointer? He can take it from the 51 metre mark and go for a 9-pointer, or he chooses the safety option, goes for the 6.
Bone, I mean, honestly, he went to play on, the Crows infringed in that 5 metre no-go zone, and that is too stiff a penalty for being 0.01 of a recurring millimetre over that line.
Correct, mate.
Sinclair now will have a shot at goal, going towards the golf course in. Little bit of a breeze here. You can hear the 20,000 odd Crows fans booing, and why not? Sinclair goes kabang! And that's another one to Collingwood. 1 super goal, 3-2, 29 to Crows, 3-4, 22. That margin now goes back out to 7 points on the Toop and Toop scoreboard. Bone, give me a Trims replay, son.
I'll give you some good guys' stats. Good to go. Rory Sloane, the star of the first quarter for the Crows. 8 touches. He had 5 contested possessions, 3 inside 50s. A young man is all over the place. Like Brent Riley's form, he looks cool and composed in the back half. He's had it 5 times. So has Scotty Thompson. Jacobs has been good with 5 touches, 3 in 50s and 3 contested possessions, and Dangerfield with 5 as well. While for the Pies, Yagmore with 5, Travis Cloak, the danger man, with 5 as well.
Rowie, we've just watched the Trims replay.
Worst decision I've ever seen in the history of the game.
Now, Dowdy, the lad, Sinclair took the mark. Dowdy went about 2 metres. He was running flat out. Didn't pull up in time and penalised 50. It's just ridiculous. They are game killers.
Stinker.
Irrespective of who gets the free kick. The ball back centre field. Van Berlo tried to get the handball out. Now it squirts out towards the outer half forward flank. Well, Please will be the first player there. Always very good at ground level. No doubt about that.
Come on,
Bernie Vince was way too slow then. Maxwell comes through solidly. Tried to punch the ball forward. Sinclair over the top of it. Adelaide had the numbers. Riley's been very good. He's been courageous. Got the handball out. Yeah, it's gone back to Sinclair. Handball over the top. In there for Solo. Rory said you won't get. Oh, Dangerfield pressed his way through. Marty Clark intercepted though. Now he's away on his left boot. Squirts it out towards the half forward flank just outside 50. Adelaide had the numbers. Ogden's been quiet. jumps over the top of that one. Got the knock on out towards Dowdy. Gets the free kick. Should be play on advantage. And it is as Vince puts a wobbly one to the outer side.
Bernie Vince now to poor Pleasure to Paddy Dangerfield. He's too far out to score. Now looks forward, goes with the kick. Knights is there, but it's going to bounce through for 9 points. No, it won't. It's through for a point. Paddy was trying to find Knights. He led, he stopped, he propped. He probably should have kept going because Paddy would have hit him, and that's a point on the scoreboard. So 3-5-23 to 1 Super Goal 3-2-29. The margin now straight 6 points. We've played 25 minutes first quarter NAB Cup.
Marty Clark going to be a good player from this year, boys, for Collingwood. Picked up 5 touches already for your dream teamer. Put in M. Clark.
Andy Ottens went up high then. Maybe should have gone the fist away. Went for the mark. Ball comes to ground level. Jolly's got it. They go forward again, the Pies. The kick up forward looking for Cloak. But intercepting there and doing a very good job was the young fella in Sam Shaw. And that's what they need. They've got to help out.
I like Shaw in the air. He defends very well. He's had the job on Chris Dawes. Dawes has only touched it once. Travis Cloak, the danger man at the moment. As we said before, he's had it 5 times.
Vince off for a spell. Smith on, Brodie Smith, and he gets a touch straight away. Well done, Rory Sloane. Dowdy with the kick, though. Went about 5 metres. Goes out to Kurt Tippett. Jammed it on the left boot. Gains about 30 metres. Dangerfield underneath it. Couldn't take it. The ball fisted out of play. Right by the interchange gates. And Brendan Sanderson down there at ground level.
I'll tell you what, this game's been played at a frenetic pace. They are stuffed, aren't they, both teams?
Like the look of pre-season so far this year. I mean, the Crows-Carlton game, round 1, we saw a hard, tough game. Last week against Brisbane, even though it was kids, it was at a really good pace. This one, the first quarter's been an absolute beauty.
Okay, Collingwood by 6 points. Boundary throw in. Jolly goes up. Swan over Rennet. Pendlebury stands tall in the tackle. Matty Wright's got him. And again, we have a secondary stoppage. 6 points Collingwood's way. Deep in the time on here in the first quarter. NAB Cup round 3. Crows win. Will they get a home final? Well, there's a lot of footy left to play out here. Tippett fell down. So too Jolly. Petrenko was clever. In there's for Solo. Tippett's second effort was great. Gave it off there to Van Berlo. No free kick. It has to be. And is that a 50 as well? No, it's not. So Van Berlo centre wing grandstand side. There's only seconds left in this quarter. He's going to have to roost this one in.
What sort of shape's Kurt Tippett into? You like the look of blokes in pre-season. He's looking good. He's in very good form.
So Van Berlo, long entry inside 50, 30 out. Jacobs is there. Reid as well. Geez, clever Reid. Handballs on the up. Coming through is Brodie Smith. Kicks around his body. That's a stinker. And I reckon that's gone out of bounds on the full. I reckon I like him better off halfback or wing. Yep. Not that close to goal, Bone. Yep. 6 points the margin. Collingwood's way. Earlier, Essendon by 2 points over Sydney.
Yeah, 12,000 there to watch that game. A lot more here at Amy Stadium. 27-minute mark, as Rowie mentioned. Only seconds remaining in this opening term. Dangerous short pass goes in towards Reid. Ben Reid missed a lot of football last year, all season, but he's going to be big for him this year. Big mark play for Solo. Played 13 games last year. And he plays on quickly to the outer side, and they've got players absolutely everywhere. Picked up by Dawes. Yeah, you heard it. They had to pick him up. Didn't do so. Over towards Sinclair. Got the kick away. Goes to the head of the square. And, the mark. No, not paid. Gee, I thought he was a little unlucky. Seedsman then had 3 bites at it. We'll have a look, Bone, on the Trims replay.
Yeah, probably a little bit stiff too. Looked like he'd marked it just as he hit the ground. The ball popped up. Andy Elton, the issue for Brendan Sanders at the moment, boys, just doesn't quite look up to the speed of the game at the moment and hasn't all pre-season.
Okay, back pocket for the Crows. Up they go, down they go. Jolly couldn't get it. Young dives in. Great give on the bottom of the pack. The Vincey ambles back to Riley. He's very, very sharp. The Van Berlo hacks the kick outside. 50 playing in front was right. He took it. Bone gave it to Bernie Vince. Look, Bernie Vince. Look, Paul Pleasure's there. He gives it to him. Paul Pleasure around his body to Kurt Tippett. He turns
brilliant.
Sold him the puck outside 50, inside 50. Player running back is Knights. Can he get a mark? No, he can't. Ball out the back, this way, that way. Clean. Left foot, goal! No, it's a scrubber.
No.
Kick. He kicked it off the end of his ding, and it's gone out of bounds on the full. How the hell did he miss that? Give me one of those Trims replays for crying out loud.
Here it is.
Got it as we speak. Chris Knights looked the goal all the way. In the end, he had a little bit more time off the end of his toe. Rowie, he missed the goals by about 30 metres.
He had time, and he also had Rory Sloane, but he didn't see him. 28.5 minutes gone, first term. Riley front position. He's been strong. Found some real confidence, hasn't he?
Touch number 8 for the good guys. Good to go. Looks in great nick.
And there's the siren to end the first term. Adelaide 3-5-23, trailing scoring. Collingwood 1 super goal, 3 goals, 2, 29. Just the 6 points in it, Bone, and is that a fair result on the scoreboard?
Well, 18 inside 50s for Adelaide, just a 10 for Collingwood. Probably not the result they were looking for or the reward for effort.